Alright, well, if you're watching this, that means that you have stumbled upon my very first YouTube video, so welcome. I've been kind of going back and forth about starting a YouTube channel for 6 years now, I think. I posted one video when I was like 14 years old and my friend saw it, so I took it down. But this is take 2, and this time hopefully we're in it for the long haul. That's my plan anyway. I am a full-time ballet dancer. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 years since I graduated high school, and I love it. So go ahead and subscribe and like this video, and I will make more just like this. Let's just be friends. So today we're basically talking about how I am surviving as a ballet dancer. Just like everybody else, I don't think I really expected to be here for 4 months. I moved back in with my family in this house for a extended spring break in March, and now it is July, so we see how that turned out. To have that added weight of like having to move back in with my parents on top of not being able to do what I love, it was definitely hard, and it was definitely a wrench in my life. So I'm gonna go over 6 different tips that I've come up with on how to keep up with your passion for dance, even though we can't really dance all that much right now. So my first tip is to make sure that you're only taking classes from teachers that you really love online. I feel like it's really tempting to just go and find whatever class we can and just make sure you take something. But if you don't enjoy the class you're taking, you're not going to take another class tomorrow. You're just not going to have the motivation. So just make sure that you're taking time to scroll through. If you start a class and you hate it on YouTube or something like that, click off, do something else. Like, don't finish it, it's okay. Sometimes it's not necessary. So find people that you really love and make sure that you're taking their classes and you're not forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Okay, so my second tip is to make sure that you're signing off of your dance social media. And take this one with a grain of salt, but I know for me personally, every time I went onto Instagram and I would flip through stories of all of these incredible dancers that I knew or don't know and I just look up to, and I saw them taking like their 4th ballet class of the day or something like that, I just lost motivation. You know, you would think that would be encouraging for me, but when I saw other people putting so much more effort that I wish I could put into it, I just felt like a failure, you know? And I feel like I'm not the only one who feels that way. When you see other people that are doing more and pushing themselves harder, that just made me want to give up. And I think you should definitely be following people who make you feel motivated. If you have those people who are like, hey, like, get up off your couch and let's go take a bar, and that helps you, then absolutely keep on following them. But the people who just want to post on Instagram to show that they're doing better, I guess, you don't need that kind of negativity in your life. That's just unnecessary. Don't put yourself through that. I am a firm believer that we are kind of the average of what we surround ourselves with. So we can control who speaks into our lives and who doesn't, and who we allow to affect us just by who we surround ourselves with. So make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people who encourage you and make you feel better about yourself and not worse. Okay, so my third tip is to explore other passions right now, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, dance has this kind of tendency to completely take over my free time, or lack thereof. So right now, when I'm stuck at home basically and I can't do what I really want to do, it's giving me a chance to dive back into passions that I haven't given the time of day in years. I've started painting again and drawing again. The drawing part probably should stay in my 13-year-old days because I'm pretty sure I peaked, but that's okay. Picking up the guitar again, playing more piano, stuff like that. There are so many things that get blocked out by dance in your life, and I know all of you guys probably are the same way, because as dancers we're very artistic people. I'm sure you have other passions that you've kind of shoved off to the side because dance takes up all of your time, and now is the time. Like, dive back into them. If you can't pour your passion into dance right now, make sure you're pouring your passion into something else. Don't let it just simmer and be stagnant, because then it goes away, and that's very sad. It's definitely so necessary to find other activities that you genuinely enjoy doing. Just because you don't really have dance right now doesn't mean that you don't have 1,000 other things that you love and that you care about. Okay, tip number 4, try Pilates, try yoga, try running, try walking, I don't care, I don't know, try biking, anything that's just gonna keep your body moving, because honestly, we've spent so much of our lives having the ballet technique just pounded into us day after day after day. And when we all get back to dancing, we're going to need to gain muscle back. We just are. It's going to be hard, and it's probably going to take a few weeks, and that's okay. The important thing to remember is that your technique is still going to be there. Just because we can't do Grand Allegro does not mean that all of your years of work are just going to completely go away. When we all get back and we get back in shape, you are going to have the same technique. In fact, I found that when I take time off, it's actually easier for me to use better technique, because it's like you're moldable when you're coming back. So you can force yourself to do all the right things that you couldn't before because your muscles remembered the wrong things so much. So your technique is still going to be there. Your artistry, which is what makes you unique as a dancer, is still going to be there. It's not going anywhere. Sometimes your motivation is just low, and that's fine. It happens to everybody. And yes, sometimes you definitely need to push through, but other times you just need to take a break and, you know, do some meditation yoga or yin yoga or something. That would be fabulous. I don't know. Try it. So tip number 5 is to just try teaching. And I'm not saying that you need to replace your dancing with teaching, but I've found during this time that teaching other students and like passing on all of the things that I've learned over the years to younger girls has kept me more motivated to keep up with my own training. I didn't expect that. In fact, I didn't really expect to like teaching at all. But all of those students at those schools are in the same boat that you are, you know? All of your friends are in the same boat. So I've found that passing on all of that information and watching it help them and change them and motivate them, it makes me want to go out and learn more so that I can bring it back to them. It makes me want to keep taking class. And that is definitely really valuable, because like I said, a lot of the times your motivation is just low, and anything that's gonna help you keep your drive higher is totally worth doing. And I definitely am going to keep teaching, and honestly, I wouldn't have done it if it weren't for COVID-19. So, and even if you think like, oh my gosh, I don't have any teaching experience, like I'm not going to start teaching over Zoom now, that's ridiculous. Think about how many teachers you've taken from. Think about how many corrections you've gotten over the years. It's okay if you don't have your own vocabulary yet, but pass on the information that you use. All of those things when you're about to go for a pirouette and you're preparing and you don't really know how it's going to go, but you think, okay, I'm gonna think about this. Tell that to other people. Like, it's helpful. You might be surprised at how well it goes and how much it helps others, maybe even more than it helps you. You never know. Give it a shot. My 6th and final tip, maintaining a healthy mindset is honestly what's going to help you in the long run. I know we hear it every day that we're in unprecedented times and like nothing could have prepared us for this, and you need to give your mind a break and like let yourself cope. We hear it every day, but especially as dancers, we're not going to take that advice. Maybe like early May, I definitely hit a low point because I stopped having the motivation to go and take class. Because like my favorite part of dancing is being in the studio every day, being surrounded by my friends and dancing alongside those people every day. Like I enjoy classes. It's not even the performance part that I'm missing. I miss being surrounded by what I love. We have this tendency to be way too hard on ourselves. Way too hard on ourselves, and it is so unnecessary. It's going to come back. You're going to be fine. If you need to sit on your couch for a day, if you need to bake for 3 days straight, I'm saying all of these examples because they're definitely things that I have done. It's okay to need a break. It's okay to not be able to push yourself that hard right now. I'm gonna leave one bonus tip here, and that is if you suddenly find yourself with the motivation that you're like, oh, I kind of want to take class right now, drop everything and do it. I remember the other day, I literally took class at like 10 o'clock at night because I just suddenly had the urge. And honestly, it's quarantine. What was I going to do the next day? Like I had no reason that I needed to go to bed early. So I got up and I took class. And you know what? Afterwards, I felt fantastic. Those feelings are those feelings are hard to come by. And I hadn't felt that in so long, so it's definitely true. Like, your motivation will come back. It will come back. It just is going to take some time, and it's going to take you being easy on yourself. Wanting to take class is going to come back. It will. And then that's all you're going to want to do. Anyway, guys, I know this video is kind of I'm not used to being in front of a camera, but we're gonna get better at it. I have been wanting to do this for so long. I sincerely believe that this time I'm in it for the long haul. I think I'll probably upload once or twice a week, so go ahead and subscribe if you want to see that. Please like this video if anything in it was comforting or helpful for you, because I genuinely want to know. It would make me so happy. If I didn't touch on anything that's really been helping you during quarantine, definitely go and leave it in the comment section, because your girl can always use some help. I always need more motivation. You never know when it's going to dwindle. Next time mine is at an all-time low, I will use your tips. I will scroll through and find something to give me a little push. So anyway, the one thing that I really want you guys to remember from this video is to give yourself some grace today, because you definitely deserve it, whether or not you believe that. It's true. Thanks you guys for watching, and I sincerely hope I will see you all soon. Have a fantastic day.